Twilight 12 Hour came about when I was living in Utah for a few months, training for my first 100-mile race, Cascade Crest. To be quite honest, I was scared shitless about running a 100-mile race, especially scared about running at night. There was a gentleman who was training for Wasatch 100, and he put out on Facebook that he was going to invite a bunch of folks to come train with him at night from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And I was like, perfect. His only requirement was that you bring your favorite aid station food item. I ended up showing up, and there were some folks that ended up running one loop and they were done, they were gone. There were some more folks who showed up and they ran a couple loops, sat down and had a beer and cheered the rest of us on. And then there was a handful of us that ran, until 3 in the morning. Not only did I get the night training that I needed, but a wonderful way to meet a bunch of folks. And so driving back up to Washington, I just remember, where could I do something like this? And enter Flying Horseshoe Ranch. I used to run the horse camp for the association, the YMCA of Greater Seattle, and I contacted Penny Blackburn and the owner of Flying Horseshoe Ranch and said, hey, could I do something like this? Could a bunch of us come run in the middle of the night? Yeah, she loved the idea. She thought it was crazy, but she said, let's do it. So in 2016, the first night run at Flying Horseshoe Ranch happened. What I've enjoyed seeing is why people come to Twilight 12 Hour. There are the people that come just like me, had never run at night, and they were going to be running their first 100-mile race. Then there are also the folks who they are afraid of running at night, want that safe, fun environment. But I love when those folks show up, because that was the intent of the whole race. But I also have folks who, they're training for, 50K, 50-mile, 100-mile. They've done ultras for several years, and they're coming out for a training run. And then there are the folks too who run a handful of loops. They end up heading down to the campfire afterwards, having a beer and having their s'mores, go to sleep and have their breakfast in the morning. I love the idea that people can make this event what they want it to be. The venue itself, Flying Horseshoe Ranch, that place in itself is magical. I love seeing people walk up to the valley where all the trail running happens and see it for the first time. That's always one of my favorite parts. I also love breakfast, coffee. I drink so much amounts of coffee that weekend, but having people come down after they've run all night, or if they've slept in their cars or whatever it is, and they come together, we sit around, we have breakfast, and just that laid back atmosphere and community connecting, I don't think it gets better than that.